What's good, y'all? It's your boy Retro, and I'm back with another video. Today, we are going to be talking about if Roman Reigns picking CM Punk was the right decision, and I'm going to be talking about why I personally think it was the right decision that WWE has made in months. And now I say this because WWE decision making and booking hasn't been the best for a lot of people, a lot of wrestlers, a lot of other people aren't getting opportunities, and there's not much creative space for newcomers and new talents coming in. Like Javon Evans has been battling El Grande Americano and his Goonies, like ever since, even before he got called up to Raw. Like he was just wrestling these guys nonstop and creating some type of unnecessary feud that just doesn't need to be there. So stuff like that is the reason why people don't really care if creative space is structured for newcomers like a Braun Breaker, The Vision, Javon Evans, Obafemi, just a lot of the newcomers or call-ups from NXT and stuff like that they just don't care to partake in, considering the fact that WWE hasn't done anything good since the Bloodline days. But anyway, Roman Reigns and CM Punk is a very big deal because there's a lot of personal hatred and dislike between these two that you might not have thought of before this interaction even begun. Now, obviously, y'all know about the fact of Roman Reigns not really being the guy who the people wanted to be over and wanted to be the most super push back then when he was Big Dog Roman Reigns and when he went solo after leaving the Shield. Or, Seth Rollins turning on him and Dean Ambrose going his own way and him being by himself. He was always pushed as the guy. And then when CM Punk left, because obviously y'all know the CM Punk and the Shield had their, rivalry and stuff like that. And CM Punk ultimately ended up leaving WWE and threw as many shots as he possibly could at WWE. And he went on, a guy that he personally knows podcast. I'm assuming it's his best friend, like Roman said. And basically was saying something along the lines of like Roman Reigns was the most overpushed wrestler since Bobby Lashley, and how WWE was constantly telling him to make Roman Reigns look strong and make him look all big so the crowd can kind of get used to him and stuff like that, and just constantly telling CM Punk the same script over and over again because Vince was like so heavily kissing Roman's ass for the most part. And CM Punk, after leaving WWE, was like, it didn't sit right with the fans. And the fans were constantly chanting it every week, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. Didn't stop. Like, over the years, he was gone for 10 years, and they were constantly chanting CM Punk in random matches, random promos, random backstage segments. Like, some of the time WWE would acknowledge it. Like, Seth acknowledged it. Like, Paul Heyman acknowledged it. Stephanie McMahon acknowledged it. Just lots of other people had acknowledged it. And there was just like certain things in the company where it was just like it didn't sit right with certain people because they felt like CM Punk wasn't a good person for the locker room at that time. Back to the Roman Reigns thing. Roman Reigns, you know what I'm saying, obviously wasn't, a favorite when he was a big dog. And you can imagine so with CM Punk's influence and the things that he was saying about the company and Roman Reigns, that made Roman Reigns' time in WWE pretty hard in the beginning when he started going solo, getting booed out of every arena, getting booed when he won championships, getting booed, you know what I'm saying, when he beat this person and the other person getting cheered like they were some type of angel or some shit. Like, it made Roman Reigns' life pretty hectic for the most part, especially as a singles competitor just starting to, get over and being looked at as that guy. Like, he was a hated hero because of CM Punk. So there's a lot of chemistry there when it comes to that hatred, and I know Roman Reigns will never forget that because that made Roman Reigns' time as like this big babyface who wanted to get over and stuff like that. It cost him a lot of money, so I would assume like, yeah, it made his life a lot miserable than what it should have been. So I understand what Roman Reigns is saying. Now, obviously, y'all know how I feel. One side of me that kind of just dislikes CM Punk, and I didn't want him back in the company in the first place. But we can't deny the fact that ever since CM Punk has been back, he has given us, a lot of good scripture. Like, we got the Drew McIntyre rivalry, which was rivalry of the year, potential match of the year, debatable match of the year for 2024 Hell in a Cell. The best WrestleMania match, maybe aside from Io and Bianca and Rhea and stuff like that. Like his match versus Sami Zayn, elimination qualifier match, World Heavyweight Champion, decent match with Jey Uso. Like, we can't deny the fact that this guy hasn't, done a great job and, drew out the money and stuff like that. Because if his name wasn't so big in the business and he wasn't, looked at as this top guy who, brings in all the attention, he probably wouldn't be there. He would probably still be begging Tony Khan to get back in his company, if you understand what I'm saying. So, yeah, he definitely draws in a lot, and hopefully people really understand that, you know what I'm saying? If that was never the case, he probably would not be there. But at the same time, I kind of am on CM Punk's side of the spectrum when it comes to his hatred for Roman Reigns. Because it's not my fault that I created this big impact for the voice of the voiceless and, left a earthquake of influence all over the world because I'm the best in the world and people are chanting my name even when I'm not in the company for as long as I'm not in it. And you're blaming me for that. I understand I talked a lot of shit on the podcast, but at the same time, I can't control how people think. CM Punk can't control how people think. If they want me back in the company, they want me back in the company. It is what the fuck it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if we're being honest, Roman Reigns was overpushed. He was, getting unnecessary championships and getting unnecessary opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Am I fucking lying? Like, am I lying? Like, let's be real. There was a lot of opportunities that Roman did not have to partake in and did not have to, be a part of. Like, y'all can't sit there and have watched the product back then as long as I watched it as a kid. He used to win multiple championships he didn't need to win. He would beat multiple people he didn't need to beat and could have put over. He probably didn't even have to beat John Cena. Well, John Cena, how he is when it comes to putting people over and stuff like that. But I digress. Like, my point being is that he didn't need to, be like pushed the way he was, essentially is what I'm trying to say. Now, I wouldn't go as far as saying he's the most over-pushed wrestler of all time, but at the same time, WWE kissed his ass so much that, it just didn't get over. Like, with Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was over, he was a draw, but, he is the most over-pushed wrestler of all time. So, Roman Reigns was just somebody who WWE was kind of just testing the waters with and, just seeing what would happen. And now to explain why I think it was the right decision for CM Punk to fight Roman and Roman to choose CM Punk for the main event of WrestleMania. Now, obviously, y'all know originally, Roman was supposed to fight Seth at WrestleMania in the main event because that's a main event caliber match. That would sell tickets. Like, no championships need to even be involved, if I'm being honest. Like, Roman and Seth is a story that has been going on for years, a whole decade. And the Shield stuff, the WrestleMania 40 stuff, the backstab stuff, like, the story is all there and structured, the psychology and everything, it's there. No titles need to be involved. But at the same time, I personally would love to see a championship involved, but that's just me. But CM Punk is the best and formidable opponent for Roman Reigns right now. As opposed to a Drew McIntyre who Roman Reigns has beaten 20,000 times before and, wouldn't benefit any way off that aside from getting a championship back that he already made a big impact with and held for over 1,300 days. So he doesn't need that championship anymore. He needs the World Heavyweight Championship because the prestige of that championship is just pretty much dead. Roman Reigns has said 1,000 times before that nobody understands the altitude, the latitude like he does. Like, he can be the guy. He can bring the numbers. He is a draw. Y'all seen the numbers he did when he came back, to save Jey Uso. When he came back, to fight Bronson Reed. The crowd reactions that he gets every time he comes back. Nobody understands the weight of being the face of the company like Roman Reigns. And once again, Roman Reigns has said on the Pat McAfee show that when they create new stars and they complain about this person being showcased too much, they don't watch it. They don't want to watch it. But when Roman Reigns comes back, who was supposed to be this part-timer, y'all eyes are glued to the screen and y'all are always concerned on what he's going to do next. And then complain about him being on screen too much, and then don't pay attention or don't care about the new stars that y'all want to be in the spotlight more. And they don't do anything. It's pure mediocrity. So Roman Reigns is in this spot, and now people have their eyes glued again. It's just so much fickle stuff when it comes to the wrestling community, but I'm just not a part of it. I'm just here to give my opinions and, and be accurate with them. CM Punk is the biggest star on the biggest show with the biggest numbers and the biggest following, as opposed to SmackDown that has lots of creative space but still structure the show around certain people like a Cody Rhodes, a Drew McIntyre, you know what I'm saying, a fucking Jacob Fatu. Like, it just structures around the wrong stuff, and they have a lot of creative space. They do showcase a lot of people, but at the same time, the booking over there is just ugh. So that's why it was definitely a great decision for Roman to pick CM Punk for WrestleMania. That's all I have to say for now. Thank you guys for watching this video. I had to get this out. This was something long overdue. I don't really know if I'm gonna do my series when it comes to, retro versus WrestleMania thing, but yeah, we're gonna try to see what our schedule is structured around. We are currently on the road to WrestleMania. I can't wait to see what Elimination Chamber brings. I'm sure CM Punk is probably gonna fight Finn Balor. And yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. It's free. You don't have to pay for anything. It's not Twitch. So, thank you. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.